The steel industry has been experiencing vast changes over the years. Technological innovations have played a central role in the industry, mainly during the first, second, and the third industrial revolutions. From these periods, it's been an essential base material for significant sectors such as automotive, infrastructure, and aerospace. So, what has motivated the development of new technologies in the steel making process over the time? Methods for manufacturing steel have evolved significantly since industrial production began in the late 19th century. The iron and steel industry has undergone a technological revolution in the last 40 years. However, modern methods are still based on the same premise as the original BESSEMER process. That is, when in 1856 Henry Bessemer came up with a more effective way to introduce oxygen into molten iron to reduce the carbon content. Steel making has two primary methods. The first one is basic oxygen furnace, in which the hot metal from the blast furnace and steel scraps are the principal material are added in the converter. And the other one is electric arc furnace, which feed recycled steel scrap through use high power electric arc to melt the metal and convert it into high quality steel. Rising energy demand, continuous price increase for natural gas and raw materials, and steadily decreased quality of iron ore due to the global resource depletion are difficult challenges today. Whereas the conventional blast furnace route is too costly and energy intensive to keep pace with the dynamic market changes. Researchers all over the world have developed new methods to make the steel making process more efficient. The Finex process is jointly developed by Prime Metal Technologies and POSCO, which is an alternative iron making process to the conventional blast, consisting of blast furnace, sinter plant, and coke oven generating hot metal. The process of iron production is carried out in two separate steps. In a series of fluidized bed reactors, fine iron ore is reduced to direct reduced iron, compacted, and then transported to a metal gasifier where melting takes place. At the same time, coal and coal briquettes charged to the metal gasifier are gasified, providing the necessary energy for melting in addition to the reduction gas. The Finex furnace can reduce the emission of sulfur oxide and nitrogen oxide by 90%. As we know that the iron and steel industry is an energy intensive industry and creates a significant amount of carbon emissions. Using charcoal to replace a portion of coal and coke used in steel making is the first way to significantly reduce carbon oxide emission without substantially modifying the steelworks. The steel making process also creates a large volume of slag, which is the waste product in the steel making process. A new dry method for granulating slag which allows waste heat to be captured and used on site for drying, preheating, and electricity generation. Simultaneously, this produces good granules that can be used for cement manufacture. The dry slag granulation technology involves pouring molten slag from above a rig down to a spinning disc. The steel making process is very different today than it was a century ago, with the new technologies making the industry safer, more efficient, and more environmentally conscious than ever before.